Hello you fantastic people, and welcome back to Borderlands 3, to another exciting video for you guys. If you guys are just watching my channel for the first time, we've made a whole series in Borderlands 3 of killing all the main bosses, like the main campaign bosses, 50 times, like on repeat, in one day, to see how many drops they get, test the dedicated drops, all in Mayhem 4 True Vault Hunter mode, so it's on like the hardest difficulty, essentially so you guys know the general world drop rates, plus the anointed drop rates, class mods, artifacts, all that fun stuff. But now we're stepping it up. If you didn't see the title on the way in already, we killed Sky Bullies 200 times. It actually took me 2 days, but like, you know, in a row pretty much, of killing Sky Bullies to see how many recurring hexes and just generally the dedicated drop rates for the Sky Bullies. If you guys didn't know the update or the hotfix thing from like 2 weeks ago, that got added to the game permanently, if that makes sense. Essentially, the drop rates have been increased and the anointed drop rates have been increased, which means we need more testing so that you guys know who to go for and how long it's going to take if you guys want these like OP grenades in Borderlands 3. I'll assume most of you guys already know this because I have covered this on my channel and it has been out for quite a while, but just in case you guys didn't know, there is many different variations of the hex. There is the just general hex grenade, there's the cloning hex grenade, there's the Merv hex grenade, there is the recurring hex grenade, which is my particular favorite one, and there's an extremely rare mitosis hex, which personally I prefer the recurring hex anyway, but if you guys want to go for the mitosis one, by all means enjoy farming him a bajillion times to get one. On top of all the random variations of the hex grenade, I will be covering the Rebel Yell and the Shooting Star, which are also two legendary shield and a gun that are dedicated drops for the Sky Bullies themselves, because I may as well, I killed them 200 times and I wrote it all down, so I'll let you guys know all the rates, the percentages, just everything for you guys. And just for the few people that don't already know, the Sky Bullies are located in Eden 6, the Anvil, which means you'll have to be about halfway through the game to be able to make it to this point. From the fast travel station, just absolutely leg it all the way through here, and you want to go through this little door. You have to get up on the stairs here, and then run outside, past Tiny Tina, out to the left, all the way through this door, and at the back here you will find it is a crew challenge for target of opportunity, and you have to eliminate the Sky Bullies. And then there is a new station right here. You run through, and then that is how you farm said Sky Bullies. But yeah, anyways, let's just jump straight into the stats for you guys. After killing these Sky Bullies 200 times on True Vault Hunter mode Mayhem 4, these guys dropped 167 legendary weapons or shields items in general after 200 runs, which is actually a really high number. I've tested quite a few different crew challenge bosses and they don't usually drop anywhere near that many. And the best part is if you take out the world drops, that's still 99 dedicated drops, which is a ridiculously high number. So almost half the time you farm them, they're dropping at least one of the dedicated drops on average, of course. So sometimes they drop one or two, sometimes I think I've got one to drop 3 dedicated drops at once, which is kind of crazy. For people that haven't seen the series before, generally dedicated drops are supposed to be about 10%. I don't know if that's a verified statistic or that was just the general consensus, right? But for example, going with 10%, after killing a boss 10 times, one of those times it will drop a dedicated drop, and out of the loot pool of 3 legendary items for the Sky Bullies, it would randomly roll to drop, say, the Rebel Yell, the Shooting Star, or one of the Hex variants. So in other words, to get one 50% of the time is significantly increased, which is actually so damn good. So they have definitely increased the drop rates since the event went live like 2 weeks ago, and they've made this thing permanent, which is great news. Now another huge part about this video and just generally this series that we made in Borderlands 3 so far is the anointed drop rate, because everybody wants anointeds. So 167 legendaries, 65 of those were anointed, which is a 39% anointed drop rate, which is really high. So the increase from the event is definitely carried over to be permanent, and it is so damn good. It's so much easier to try and get those anointeds that you're trying to search for your perfect builds, like the 300 phase slam ones. Absolutely ridiculous. I've heard that the new Zane mods, anointed, are really good, so definitely go for those. And if you guys are just interested in the dedicated drops for the anointed drop rate, 99 dedicated drops, 38 of those were anointed, which is still just slightly below 38% anointed drop rate, which is pretty much even across the board, which is so damn good. Now, as for more specific stats for the dedicated drops, we got 32 Shooting Stars out of 200 runs on Mayhem 4 True Vault Hunter mode. Now, 10 of those were anointed, which is a 31% anointed drop rate, which is really damn good. As for the Rebel Yell, it actually also dropped 32 times out of about 200 runs, but it actually had a significantly increased anointed drop rate for some reason. We actually got 16 anointed drops for the Rebel Yell, which is actually a 50% anointed drop rate, which is hella damn good. I personally don't use the Rebel Yell yet for any of my builds, but let me know if you guys use it, because it actually does look like a decent weapon. But yeah, that anointed drop rate of 50% would really help you guys get the perfect anointment for your Rebel Yell if you guys are using that for your particular builds. Now let's get into what everybody is likely here for, the Hex grenade. Starting with the regular Hex, we got the most for that one. We got 11 regular Hexes out of the 200 runs. We got 6 of those to be anointed, which is a 55% increase. So if you guys just want a cool grenade that has the good anointments on it, that is a super easy grenade to get, and it actually does a fair bit of damage. It's not quite as strong as the other variants of it because the other ones just spawn extra grenades for one grenade thrown, but it is still an amazing grenade. And if you guys want just to use the anointment to proc a particular skill or something like that, that's a super easy grenade to get. And a 55% anointed drop rate is a super helpful anointed drop rate if you guys are going for increased 25% weapon grenade and action skill damage, something like that. That's the one I use. I'd recommend going for it if you guys haven't got a super amazing grenade yet. As for the cloning Hex, from memory, that one splits into 2 grenades in flight. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but essentially it's just spawning extra grenades on top of the original Hex. That one drops 10 times out of the 200 times we've farmed it. Only 1 anointed drop though, which is kind of super low. We actually kind of got shafted on that one, unfortunately. Quick math means that is a 10% drop rate. As for the Merv Hex, again, just spawns extra grenades on top of the cloning Hex. That one also dropped 10 times coincidentally over the 200 runs, but has a better anointed drop rate because 4 of them dropped over the 10 that we got, and has a 40% anointed drop rate. Now, as for the recurring Hex, if you guys didn't already know, it is a super rare drop. We only got 4 drops out of the 200 runs, which is super low. I was actually a little surprised by that. I figured we'd get a little bit more than 4 out of our 200 runs, but that is apparently the drop rate. That, for the record, is not a guaranteed drop rate, by the way. If you guys are new to the game, not sure how the system really works, it is not guaranteed to drop you 4 out of the 200 runs. You guys could get a little screwed by RNG and only get 2. RNG could help you and you might even get, I don't know, 6, 7, maybe even 8 out of your 200 runs. But that is definitely a good general consensus if you guys are going for the recurring Hex or any Hex variant in Borderlands 3. That is the general drop rates, so you guys can use that as a guide. Now, I did mention there is a 5th Hex grenade variant in Borderlands 3, which I'm not particularly a fan of. I prefer the recurring Hex myself. We got 0 mitosis Hexes over 200 runs. It is super rare. I have farmed the Sky Bullies a ridiculous amount of times. I've killed them 200 times in the last 2 days, but I've farmed them a ridiculous amount of times in other streams before the drop rates, anything like that. Before the dedicated drops, I farmed like crazy for all the world drops, and I have only ever seen the mitosis Hex once in this game. So if you guys get it, let me know how long it took you to get it. I'd love to hear in the comment section down below what variants you got. If you guys got any anointeds on it, you'd be so lucky to get an anointed variant. But yeah, unfortunately I was unlucky enough to not be able to get a mitosis Hex from the Sky Bullies over the last 2 days of farming them pretty much straight, which is kind of annoying, but to be honest, I prefer the recurring Hex anyway, so I'm not too phased. But yeah, that is 200 kills of the Sky Bullies on True Vaulted mode Mayhem 4. If you guys found this video helpful at all, I'd really appreciate if you guys could smash subscribe down below, hit that bell down there so YouTube will notify you whenever I post a video. I also do some live streaming on this channel as well, doing some just fun challenge streams. For example, I killed Borderlands for 15 hours straight. So yeah, if you guys want to jump in a live stream one day and say what's up or send me a challenge of Borderlands 3, that would be awesome. If you guys want to leave a like down below, feel free to leave a comment if you guys want any other bosses farmed a whole bunch of times to test the anointed drop rates or the dedicated drop rates. For that, I'll get right onto it. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot to mention, for the people that have been asking where the heck are the live streams been, because I haven't live streamed for like 5-6 days, maybe even a week now, honestly. The reason is the PC settings were like messed up, not from like the stream settings, like the internal BIOS advanced settings, which I have no idea how the heck to fix. We're all messed up, so I had to take it back, unfortunately, and get the RAM all fixed up. We think it's good now. I've been doing a bit of testing, but the live streams will probably be a few days off at least. I have a few big videos coming out in the next few weeks, so get keen for those, but it does mean a bit of a hold on the live streams. I'm going to make sure I come back with the crispiest quality because I have really high standards when it comes to live streaming, but those will definitely be back without a doubt ASAP, essentially, just whenever I can get these videos pumped out, because unfortunately the kind of videos I can't make mid live stream, which is unfortunate. But yeah, just thought I'd let you guys know in a video just quickly that the live streams will be returning as soon as I can get this thing, this PC rig set up correctly, so it is the crispiest of quality. Also, I'll likely be multi-streaming once I come back, which means I'm streaming to both YouTube and Twitch, because I want to try and test out Twitch as a streaming platform. It is a much better live streaming quality wise than YouTube is, unfortunately. Not leaving YouTube, love making YouTube videos and always will, but the live streaming side of things, I'm thinking of doing a bit of multi-streaming and then slowly moving to Twitch. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys use Twitch though. The main reason is, one, aside from the quality, there's also a cool plugin for Borderlands 3 in which you can see like my full build, my inventory, plus you get like in-game rewards and stuff like that just for watching the stream, which is pretty sick. And I want to like sort of make this stream more entertaining as much as possible, and I feel like Twitch is definitely the way to go. So let me know in the comment section down below if you guys are down to come over to Twitch to watch streams. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, by the way, it's always linked in the description down below. I always keep people updated with what's happening with live streams, what's happening with videos, when I'm posting, why the heck I'm not posting, all that fun stuff. Plus I just post some random stuff that I feel like posting on Twitter. If you guys have Twitter, feel free to hit the link in the description and follow me there. That'd be sweet. And yeah, other than that, I hope you guys have a fantastic day or night, whatever time it is for you guys. I should see you guys in the next video or live stream. Till then, adios.